James in the post. And it's George finishing it off.
Impressive mobility right there from George. He's fantastic at finding that space off the pick and roll.
Pass to Fresh. In the corner, George with it. And a miss there on the triple.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
And then Olajuwon with the dunk.
I mean, I hope you can appreciate the torque that kind of move generates. He just has that natural explosiveness. The dream is something to behold. And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
The Celtics with the lead. Pippen with the steal. Pass to LeBron. Back to Pippen. Here's Morgan. Over Giannis. Morgan can't hit it. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Celtics. Now here's Fresh. For three. Drills it from outside. Fresh has got his second bucket of the night.
He is just always a step ahead of the defense. Magic runs this offense with absolute precision.
George. It's deflected. And it's out of bounds to the Spurs as San Antonio retains possession. Both teams will make substitutions. Stolen by Fresh. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Hey, Kevin. The Celtics trying to keep that laser focus. Coach Joe Mazzulla said, quote, the closer you are to winning, the easier it is to become distracted by things that you can't control. Things that don't matter. Mindset, discipline, and mental toughness are what separate you. Back over to you guys.
Staying dialed in. Hey, Allie, thank you very much for the report.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Out to the right wing. Shot clock at 5. Rebounded by the Spurs.
Well, the analytics don't like it, but if the defense is giving it up, I like that shot selection despite the miss.
Here's the 3. That's another miss. Number 4. He's 2 for 6 shooting.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint. And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
Celtics leading by 4. To the middle. On the wing, Johnson. From past the arc. Pass to Fresh. Jacks up a 3. The rebound by Morgan.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
LeBron outside. His 3-pointers off the mark. Shoots the 3. Some solid defense there from SGA. George looking over the floor. And so the first quarter is in the books. Celtics out in front. They're up by 4. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Well, I have to applaud their ball movement. They're moving the ball around, finding the best looks they can, and keeping everyone involved.
And on top of that, they've been asserting themselves offensively, getting a good chunk of their points from inside. A part of what makes Olajuwon so unique among centers. Makes a great read and has the athleticism and quickness to make the play.
And Greg, everyone talks about the importance of basketball IQ. Can you win in the NBA with a low IQ team?
Boy, it would be tough. I mean, there's a reason younger teams typically don't win at the highest level, but you need to take those lumps and get that experience and learn from those lessons.
Misses the three.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Got a piece of it. SGA with the steal. And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. San Antonio again turning it over.
Well, it shows you how crucial communication is. They clearly weren't on the same page there.
Pass to Baylor. Back to West. Just 4 to shoot. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Spurs trail by 6. Butler in the corner. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession.
Celtics ball.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Boston leading by 6. Hey, Stan, how about the Boston Celtics? Back-to-back 60-win seasons.
Well, Kevin, winning 50 is a great season. 60 wins is simply incredible. We have lots of regular seasons where no team wins 60. Credit Joe Mazzulla, his staff, and players for keeping this thing rolling.
And he stays with it. And Baylor throws it down.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust.
You know what they came to see. Me, never on my level, even if we in the same league. Talking too much on the court, you a bit squeak. Don't let me cross over, watch your kick squeak.
So both teams making some changes here. So it's the Spurs now. Nothing offensively yet from them in the second quarter. To end the cold streak. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Magic Johnson picks one up.
The feel LeBron has for the game, unreal. Whatever situation he finds himself in, he always seems to have an answer.
Boston leading by 6. Johnson surveying the floor. And George gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far.
One of the best playmakers in the game. Giannis with the assist. He can pile those up.
Now here's LeBron. Here's Pippen. And it's blocked. And here's Fresh. And there's the call on the Magician. That is his first foul of the game. And in 2023, the NBA implementing a new player participation policy, Coach, trying to minimize unexcused absences for star players.
Kevin, I think it's huge for our game. Fans pay and watch TV to see the great players. And there's nothing more important in the league than that those guys being on the court on a consistent basis. And anything that the league can do and teams can do to ensure that, the better it is for everyone.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bam, straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Celtics leading by 11. Pass to Fresh. A three-pointer is right on target. Fresh has got 15 points.
Yeah, that's his second made 3 of the quarter. Third of the game so far.
A 3-ball in the hoop for his 4th field goal. 4 for 7 shooting and looking for more.
He's building nicely off that first quarter. In a groove now.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
That's tipped. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, the NBA has its eyes on the old continent. Commissioner Silver said there continues to be an enormous opportunity to take basketball to another level in Europe. The quality of the basketball there has been fantastic, and we think there's a commercial opportunity to create something special. Kevin, back to you.
Appreciate the update, Allie. Thank you. And so George will bring it up for the Spurs, trailing by 10. And again, it's San Antonio with a three.
Well, there's no question he's carrying the load in this quarter, but he's going to need some help.
Now Fresh. He's got 17. Bangs home the trifecta.
And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes in it.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. Shot clock at 6. Oh, the power on that Prudence. Wow.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see. Oh, look at that dunk.
That's just unbelievable.
You might get in trouble if you blow that. He nailed it.
He did, didn't he? It's worth the risk when the payoff is so good.
Well, from a coaching standpoint, I'm obligated to say, what's wrong with just a simple layup? But that was nice.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And to this point on the season, guys, 80% from the line. He's done a really good job.
On the wing, James. Here's Morgan. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Boston Celtics in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. And don't go away. We'll be right back. We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Spurs trailed by 8. Shoots. Johnson with the defensive effort.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without fouling.
That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Spurs trailed by 10. James in the post. And stolen by Elijah Wan. Deflects the pass. And stolen by James.
Without a doubt, one of the most versatile shot blockers in the game. Elijah Wan does it in the painted area as well as along the perimeter.
Here's Morgan. He's got 19. Down low. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And such a physical player inside. LeBron doesn't fear contact on the way up.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
Had a success rate from the line last year of about 78%. Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
And that one's good. Fresh has got 26.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Spurs trail by 11. You can be sure, GA, that as the Spurs build this team, there will be no shortcuts.
Well, they're surely eyeing that group 8 hours north in OKC. Another young core that's not going anywhere. If the Spurs want to contend, the standard's been set.
Celtics leading by 11. And that one is stuffed right through.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. It's George on the wing. Back to James. LeBron right at the doorstep, and he finds the 2.
Timeout. Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Boston. They've led by as many as 14 points.
Well, they keep going to him, and he keeps delivering.
Here's Morgan. And the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant 1 foul.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on him.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
This is not how they wanted to start the second half. Just 1 of 5 so far.
Inside. Here's Robinson. Outside for Pippen. Baylor with the steal. Pass to Fresh. Back to Baylor. 3-pointer. That shot is off. Spurs trailed by 13. Here's Morgan. Hits it from 3-point range. Morgan's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, he's been able to find points, just not enough of them. They've got to string together some more buckets.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Pass to Olajuwon. And here's Fresh. Defended by Pippen.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
The Celtics have missed both free throws they've attempted tonight. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. So it's the Spurs now. It's a 13-point game. Fresh with the ball. He's got 34. To the inside. Stolen by Pippen. Pulls up for 3. A rebound by Malone.
Well, this period, he's been his own worst enemy, and now he's pressing.
And James picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Fresh. To the paint. Big time slam, Giannis. Oh, my.
You could see that coming. Giannis not to be denied, especially at the rim.
And taken away by Magic. Oh, and here comes Johnson all alone.
Magic Johnson.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Boston.
Well, they've shut.
And it's a great finish! Oh!
sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still, a magnificent move to the rim. The shot by LeBron, no good.
Excellent work defensively. That's how you guard a three-point shooter of his caliber.
The Celtics getting their 5th free throw of the game here. Celtics leading by 16. Flash. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. There's 53 seconds left in the third. To the right side. The three. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. And here's Boston. 18 points separating the teams. That's the biggest lead of the game. Here's Wade. Kicks it out to Malone. Outside Stojakovic. Rebound by Butler. So it's San Antonio now. .15 seconds left here in the third quarter. Rebounded by the Celtics. The drive by Malone. Here's Stojakovic. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Boston on top.
The Celtics, 55.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Boston leading by 20. Here's Wade. Some solid defense from Butler. Pass to James. You know, GA, one great thing about the NBA, well, there are many things, but one great thing is that there's always new talent coming through the ranks.
Yeah, I mean, the future is bright. And Kevin, I really like this year's draft class. Man, we just continue to add exciting young talent to the mix.
Here's Malone, and it's Malone finishing it off.
Assistant.
I love watching Malone just use that strength. He's so good at just kind of burrowing his way inside and then finishing above the rim.
Ron right side. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Clock at 6. Rebound, Malone. Now here's Fresh. Knocks down the 3 ball. Fresh has got 40 points.
Look, in that first half, he was hot from beyond the arc. And that's now his second in this half.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James.
The defense will take that miscommunication. Not even close.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team. Celtics making a switch here. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Here's Fresh, and he dunks it down.
I tell you what, I don't know what he did in the locker room, but he needs to do a little bit more of it because he's on fire.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. There are some who will say, GA, there are too many threes being taken in today's NBA. What are your thoughts on that?
Hey, if we're cutting back on something, how about free throws? The three-point shootout is arguably the best part of All-Star Saturday, but nobody wants to watch a free throw contest.
And so it's Pippen with it. He brings it up for San Antonio. And that time, also a missed shot. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Gilmore grabs the miss.
Yeah, he might want to avoid looking over at the bench for a little bit here. A missed dunk like that is infuriating to a coach.
Baylor with the steal. Pass to Fresh. And Pippen pulls it down. On offense, here are the Spurs. Got a hand on it. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Here's Fresh. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Morgan's got 27.
Well, look, if he misses that shot, coach might think of benching him. He's pretty fortunate he got that one to go.
Jerry West.
West gets the bucket.
And that's what you get when you combine the range and just his overall confidence. Mr. Outside.
Baylor with the steal. Launches it. And again, it's Boston with the three.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
Well, if you're looking to get points in a hurry as the game clock's running down, that's certainly the way to do it.
Back to Pippen. 6 to shoot. Puts it up. Rebounded by the Celtics. Kicks it out to Malone. All sorts of time. And the jumper falls for him.
And yeah, he's not messing around. He wants no part of a comeback in this one.
Well, this is how you shut the door, right? You keep making good shots and you build the lead.
Vintage LeBron there, owning the lane. I mean, who's going to stop that? And how about the look at the midair theatric switching hands before the slam?
Wow, added just a touch of class to that throwdown. And with all the talk about load management, coach, and player participation, what about getting rid of players fouling out?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of getting rid of players fouling out. I do like the idea, and I think Scott Skiles was the one who brought it up, Kevin, of taking like the offensive fouls and just having that be a turnover, like the illegal screen or a charge, and not charge that as a personal foul, where honestly you end up being punished double.
He's off on the first. Several teams changing it up here. He hits the second from the line. They've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that. And really scored most of their points, but he can't score them all, guys. He's going to have to get somebody else to step up. Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Boston.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And what's been a tremendous year tonight, another example, and he'll push their amazing win total on the season to 68. An outstanding, outstanding season we watched this team play.
A two-game season series. They win them both and complete the sweep.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Fresh.
Well, bottom line, he was just unstoppable at times. Not much you can do when he's playing with that kind of confidence.
And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one.
Blow for blow, cold flow, just prestigious.